It's the Media Brunch on Radio Now 95.3 FM Lagos, and like I told you earlier on, we have a special guest in the studio this afternoon, and is in the preparation for the launch of the UNICEF immunization song launch entitled No More Zero Dose. I've been playing that song, and a wonderful song there, and by wonderful artist, the best in the industry. In the studio today, I have Cobham in the studio. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I also have beautiful, delectable Waje in the studio.
Hi.
And also Stanley, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Yes. And one of the first questions I like to ask is, what inspired you to support immunization? Kubams?
I think you just need to take a look at the numbers. You just need to hear, that Nigeria is easily the zero dose, and it's not something to be proud of. Even as I say, the zero dose capital sort of Africa. We have so many children. By zero dose, we mean children who haven't received any of the essential vaccinations or immunization, whether it be polio, whether it be measles, whether it be TB or any of those. And it worries you. So you make music and you do all of these interesting things and people enjoy it, but you ask yourself, at what point does the music that you create begin to become a tool for social change, as did the music of the likes of Fela and Sonio Kosuns and the rest. And that's essentially what we're about. And obviously, partnering with UNICEF Nigeria to use our talent, and our trade for this very laudable objective, is an opportunity that one can't pass on. So I think when that happens, and then you realize that you need to amplify the message of no more zero dose, you can't jump on the wagon.
Yeah, it's nice to see that you're supporting this project with your music, because it's more like giving back to the society. What does it feel like coming together to do this, Waje?
It's noble. It feels noble and honorable. For lack of a better word, I believe that every child needs a healthy start, right? And for all of us, most of us are parents. Most of us have, nieces, nephews, kids in our community. So just being our brother's keeper it's very important. So it's not just for parents alone, And for us coming together, it just shows that we understand the gifts that God has given us, which is our music, our creativity, the arts that we perform, but using our music to say something that is very important, noble, something that is with understanding pop culture and knowing how to drive a message. It's for me, it's such an honor to be part of great creatives, and not just from Nigeria. You have Cameroon in the house, French speaking Chad in the house, so it's just honorable for me, for lack of a better word.
So for Stanley, how does it feel to be part of this project?
It's very, very beautiful. This is not going to be my first time working with this wonderful creatives. Like, I've worked in the past with Kobe, and we have worked on social campaigns, like songs to bring awareness for causes for change in the world. It's very, very important. As a UNICEF ambassador from Cameroon, it's like I used to say, it's very good to be a star, but make sure you use your star power to empower. And so I think polio, it's a disease that should not be existing in Africa anymore in this age and time, but it's very present, so we have to try as much as possible to sing and create awareness, so that it should be eradicated. And the beauty of all this is the fact that we all came together as one. It's a Pan-African movement, from Cameroon to Mali, to Guinea, and so it's very, very beautiful. And I also have the Bravo Mawndoe from Chad, So it's really beautiful to just see how different languages from Africa can come and make a song to let the people know, the mothers, the daddies, the aunties, the sisters, that it's time to take our lives in our hands, and also definitely our lives are the lives of our kids. So definitely we have to make sure that we get into that space where we have to make them feel super safe by taking that action to vaccinate them and be aware that polio is still around. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's nice to listen to the outcome of the music. I know, while the music has been on, it's not been fun all the way. And I'd like to ask from Cobham's, what was the experience like bringing all this talent together to make this?
So for me, this is something I've done all the time, and it's just the dynamic of working with different musicians, like just it's always a different experience. It's always a different experience. But I think one of the vibe I get generally is people's willingness, because there are many reasons why we do things. Sometimes we can be a bit sort of perfunctory or flippant just because let's do this and get on with it. But when you have people who do this because they want to be involved. So for instance, we even have, some friends of the house who are not necessarily UNICEF champions, who just by my talking to them are like, what, we want to lend our voices, to this as well. So the likes of Timi Dakolo or Maumi, King Madi I'd always wanted to work with. She's, incredibly talented young artist, likes of Spyro, you know what I mean? And just, I think, one has the choice to want to do this or not want to do this, but wanting to do this by itself, says something about, the heart of the artist. And for me, that's always special. Yeah.
All right. I also have Mawndoe in the studio from Chad. Welcome. It's nice to have you. What has been the experience like?
C'était quoi l'expérience de travailler sur ce projet? Déjà de rencontrer des personnes que je connaissais pas vraiment leur univers. Moi, c'est ma première fois au Nigeria pour un projet comme ça. J'ai découvert des artistes énormes, franchement. Et ici, derrière ça, encore, on va faire passer des messages qui vont sensibiliser. Je pense que c'est tout le bonheur pour moi de pouvoir partager cette expérience. Elle est d'abord humaine et puis elle est artistique. Donc, je suis très content.
It's my first time coming, my first time in Lagos. Last time I came to record the song and working with incredible and amazing artists. Number one was super great, and number two, being on a project that projects and depicts change. It's classic to me, so I'm happy being here. Let's rumble.
Every time I hear someone speak French, I want to make a new song.
Yeah.
I want to make a new beat. I'm like, I hear music
why did I sit in French class?
I guess it would be nice to do something like that. So, Waje, what was your experience like during the production?
Ooh, it was great. I loved the energy.
Be nice to me now, sister.
So, I have worked with Cobham's many, like I can't even count. And we've also worked on projects like this, right? And, like he said, just the heart of, the people who are involved, you feel that positive energy when music is such a mirror of the soul that you can't hide who you truly are, really. So for me, it was just enjoying that safe space with colleagues of mine who share the same ideas and values, and who have, who don't have questionable character, but it was really a beautiful experience.
Oh, they do a little bit, they just keep it away. Just a little bit, not too much.
Not too much. But it was really beautiful. Like Cobham said, Timi Dakolo, Omaumi, it was a lot of color. That's what I'll tell you.
With all the energy.
Yeah, there was a lot of color.
All right, for Stanley, I know you've worked on projects, but what was unique and different about this one?
Working with, the one and only Cobham Sazoko, like what you're talking about, like the first time we worked together was from a distance, that was during COVID and everything. I mean, the peak period. Yeah, now coming and, experiencing his energy, he stood up. I never sat down from, I think, 9 p.m. to like 7 p.m. 9 a.m. to like 7 p.m. Just working and just learning from the space, the work ethic, Waje, right? Who doesn't know 1 naira? What you talking about?
So, tell them. We're dealing with Bitcoin of it.
Man, what you talking about, man? So I was like, oh my God. She's the only one that I see.
That really Stanley's making me blush. Stop
you
it.
know, so
Focus.
yeah, you know, and then also working with Maumi, you know, sharing spaces with Queen Maddie, super young, talented, beautiful girl, and just a lot of different people coming into the studio. And I also have to give a big shout out to the UNICEF team that is also, you know, very present and supporting physically and morally. You know, it's just great to see how people come together, you know, to collaborate genuinely.
It takes a great team
You
to
know,
put something
so-
like this, give it life, and also give it
Yeah.
meaning. So that, you know, it's not just you're not just checking another box. You're
Yeah.
essentially doing this for it to have meaning
Yeah.
ultimately and make impact.
Yeah, so nutshell, you know, beautiful time in the studio, from the studio to the video set, massive. You know, that's how they work. You know, it was crazy, and we can't wait for the world to really appreciate the time and energy that we spent in it. And let's eradicate polio.
So in doing this now, what is your personal message to people out there? Let me start with Mawndoe.
Ce sera quoi le message que vous vouliez passer au monde à travers ce projet?
Bah, le message, il est. Bah, déjà, moi, quand je le dis peut-être dans une langue du Tchad, c'est que dans ma partie là-bas, je parle de l'enfance en réalité, qui est comme un œuf, que c'est tellement précieux. La vie, elle est tellement précieuse qu'on doit la préserver. Donc, pour ne pas, par exemple, que les enfants se retrouvent encore handicapés et puis après on va chercher à les réparer, on peut prévenir. En fait, c'est ça aussi le but de la musique, c'est d'arriver à prévenir, quoi.
Mr. Mawndoe just said that and in his very specific part in the song, he was speaking about childhood as being an egg, very, very precious and fragile. You know, so he's like, he's calling all the parents to make sure that they, you know, they do take the lives of their kids seriously and try to make sure that they're immune, and that they shouldn't. It's abnormal and very outrageous to see kids, you know, suffering from such an illness that, you know, we have ways to counter, and that, you know, he hopes that the message really gets across, and that he sang in his native language called Gambai from Chad, and you know, and I mean, amazing, massive. So yeah, super, just basically just blessing the energy on the song and just hoping it goes to where it has to go.
All right, for Waje, what's your own personal message?
My message is people should enjoy the song, but also know that we just don't want you to vibe, right? We want you to listen to the message. We want you to internalize the message and do your own part. Now, and do your own part is not only for the audience, so it's everybody, because these are our kids, right? And we shouldn't be having this conversation in this dispensation, to be honest. So I really hope, from radio to TV to vlogs to, you know, whatever partnership that we can call in forth and say, join us in doing this. Let's, you know, get to a point where 0 dose literally is achievable.
All right, Cobhams?
For me, it's simple. I think my message is in the song. We can do better. We can do better for our children. We can do better for our future. You know, so let's clear out 0 dose. Let's get children vaccinated. Let's make sure that they are no longer victims of, you know, diseases that, you know, you now have a way of preventing them from. You know, it's foolish to have a solution and to still continue to experience the problem. Just makes no sense. So can we let's take action. Let's get the children vaccinated. Let's dispel the myths and the rumors and all the things around vaccination, and let's do what is best for them. So yeah, take action. That's the message for me.
In that, so Stanley, what is your own message?
I mean, it's pretty much it's simple, it's straight. You know, life, Africa is now, as we all know, and we're not talking about the future anymore. Africa, this is our season, you know, and we are showcasing a lot to the world right now culturally. So we have to make sure, as a people, we're made by the people, you know. It's very important that we come together and let them know that they do matter, and we're adults now, right? But we all started and grew up as kids. So it's very important that the kids that have that ear to listen to the music and the messages that we do carry and embody should be super safe, you know. So my take is gonna be, parents, brothers, sisters, please do take this message super serious. Make sure that you stream the song when it comes out. Make it go platinum, make it go magic and super viral, because we have to be in that era where the people are conscious and we are just coming together to create a safe ground for our children, right? So it's very important that we lay a lot of emphasis on this project. So I just want to thank you first, Radio Now, the whole family, to make sure that this song is being played at least 75 times a day, you know, so that the people should know that we have
I
to
love
help.
that plug.
I love it, man. Awesome.
I love that plug. He's like
75 times. Are
75
we getting it?
So, you know, to make sure that the people do understand that there is a campaign coming up, you know, that it's super free, no more zero dose, and eradicating polio. It's very important, you know. So please be super safe, and for you to protect us as, because you know, I'm nothing without you, right?
Yes.
And if I'm something because of you, then I have to make sure that you yourself in your households, you guys are super safe,
Yeah.
and your kids are immune and blessed.
Amen.
So for them to go from glory to glory,
All right, Pastor.
they need to be healthy.
Yeah.
Simple.
Ooh, I love it.
Good message. Well, apart from going into the studio to produce these songs, are we likely to see you participate in activities that has to do with immunization, probably going on the streets and then getting to meet people?
So we're UNICEF champions,
Okay.
and there's a host of things that make us UNICEF champions. It's using, you know, whatever skills, talents, and time to drive the message. So yeah, there will be. So again, it's based on what is required per time. Right now, what is required is our talent and our voices to say, look, this is what we need to do about this song. As it progresses and as things are rolled out, you know, we fit based on, you know, just who we are.
Yes.
And, you know, and the conversations that we're having, and we go out and we do what needs to be done. So, you know, there are things that will take us, you know, out onto the fields. There are things that would have us use certain platforms, you know, where we have, you know, certain level of prominence. So I think that's it's there's got to be order, and I think that order is what we work with. And just to mention also, just to be clear, this is aside the question, you know, the conversation around zero dose is a conversation around, you know, children not having received any of the important vaccinations, whether it be polio, whether it be for measles, whether it be for, you know, any of the other, you know, diseases. So no more zero dose means children are walking around vulnerable and exposed to all of these diseases. So you get at least 1, 2, 3, however many vaccinations are necessary to keep a child, you know, immunized, you know, to make sure that a child has built immunity to fight these diseases. So no more zero dose means no more children walking around unsafe and unprotected. And I like how Stanley Eno says it, which is, you know, children don't just have to be safe, they have to be super safe.
Super safe.
He's always saying super safe. Yeah. And, you know, the more of the shots that you get, you know, the super safer you become.
Yeah.
So I just want to imagine a Waje walking into a health center and to encourage parents and children.
I'm going with her. It's done.
All right, let's have a brief performance of that song and
Louder! Like this?
live, yes.
Play it for us first, then call us back. Please give us enough run time on the radio, and we're hearing it, we're like, he's nice to us, so he plays it during the lunch show. Then we'll come back and we'll give you a correct.
I'm sure listeners out there would like to listen to it live, you know, not just me playing it.
Okay.
We can do better for the future.
We can play 70 times a day. Yeah.
No more zero plays. No more hesitation.
They're just having a laugh.
Welcome back to the Media Brunch. Earlier before the news, we were talking with the ambassadors of UNICEF, Cobham Sasuko, Waje, Stanley, and Mawndoe from Chad. Coincidentally, he speaks French, and Stanley has been doing a lot of translation for him, and he'll be doing more of that as we move forward.
Just give me a job, my brother.
I wish I can also speak French, so I'll just speak to him directly.
Me too.
And I'll be looking forward to that song that Cobham's plans to do in French. That will be a very nice one. All right, moving forward now, what are the next step? The song has been done, then what next? What should we expect?
So tomorrow we have we're officially launching the song, which is why you're enjoying a nice little snippet right now. But tomorrow we're officially launching the song, and hopefully you're going to be able to play it, and people can vibe to it and have a good time, having an immersive experience, just showing a couple of things, having fireside chats, just stuff to commemorate the launch, and all that good stuff is happening. And then obviously we're going out after that, going out with the with the material, and just and sharing it with people, and just basically we're louding it from there. Let's just too much English, we're louding it from there. And we're hoping that everyone will do the same with us, just make a good song go viral and make a good message get to the ears of the people who need it.
Yeah, and we're not also just releasing audio, we're also releasing visuals as well, so you can visually connect with us. Friends of ours, Omaomi, Timidakolo, Spyro, and the rest of them are also part of the song, so it's something that I believe everyone will enjoy, and I'm super excited to see the reaction.
Yeah, and I think one thing that Waje is not telling is that she was looking super cutie, and I'm going to get it before me because yeah, so the video is amazing, man, Mawndoe, comment était le clip pour toi, là, tout ça?
Bah, déjà, c'est le côté grosse industrie du Nigeria. Parce qu'on s'était retrouvé dans un coin.
I know what that is. That sounds great.
Énormément. Ça, franchement, j'ai apprécié. Quand de dehors tu entends parler du Nigeria, ouais, c'est une grosse industrie. Et ce jour-là, c'est ce que j'ai vu, le professionnalisme aussi. Tout le travail qui est fait. Et si vous me permettez, parce que je sais qu'il y a quand même une grosse communauté tchadienne ici qui comprend français. Je veux dire, quand je parle comme ça, c'est quand même la communauté camerounaise qui est ici, qui comprennent français aussi. Et je suis aussi originaire. J'ai un côté burkinabé aussi, donc je profite de les saluer tous. Moi, j'ai passé une belle expérience. Et surtout que ce que j'adore encore ici, c'est la nourriture. Je mange 100% nigérien, alors je viens. Voilà quoi.
Yeah, so basically, on the way saying that, he loves Efori roll.
That's what's up.
Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that.
He loves the Mawndoe, on top of the food, but that he wants to give a big shout out to the Chadian community, and he also has roots from Burkina Faso, so he wants to say hi to them because he knows there's a very big community out here. But that one of his takeaways as well is the industry side that Nigeria has been able to build, like from the studio to the video set, huge logistics. I think we should give a big shout out to Gambit and his crew.
Gambit, shout outs.
Yeah, man. So it's like happy, coming to see, learn, and going to conquer.
As he was talking and Waje was going, I'm like, Waje, you don't hear something?
I did think, say I go Alliance one time for but I did hear one, I go hear one line, I go say, hey, if you be saying that this thing in the talk,
wow.
Then
so
I go hear another
one who's lost here now, huh?
Tell me to interpret now, then you'll be shocked that I heard nothing.
All right, in rounding off now, so what will be your final message to people out there?
Okay, Cobham's going.
No, go. You go.
Let's make it ladies first.
Oh, thank you. Thank y'all. So to everyone listening, thank you so much for giving us your time. We are really looking forward to you listening to it and giving us your feedback, and be part of the movement. Just don't listen. I try to reiterate that. But outside that, I really want to give a huge shout out to the UNICEF team, because it's one thing to it's one thing for people to be part of this, especially organizations like that, but totally disconnect from the creatives and the people that they're trying to reach. But it's been so cohesive, and it's been very easy, and I'm really grateful that they made us part of this, and I'm looking forward to the different things that we're going to do, with regards to this particular campaign.
All right, for Mawndoe.
Oh man, which you want to make a talk?
Hey!
I said everything,
Yeah.
So, en tout cas, moi, je pense que c'est super important de faire partie d'un projet pareil. Et comme le disait Mawndoe, je pense que ce serait bien que le peuple puisse se rendre compte des bienfaits de ce message. And the people on it as well that came in Port Heart and Soul, it's very important that we just have that atmosphere of reception of the message, right? And make sure you follow all UNICEF pages, because it's gonna be loud, to be honest. It's gonna go down, man, and it's big. It's a big rollout, so stay tuned and don't forget immunization is key, amongst little children right now, because no more polio in Africa. That's what we want to see. We have to try as much as possible to breed a space and ground for our children to grow up super safe. So thank you for having us, Radio Now. Bless you. Can't wait for tomorrow. Give us your feedback and make sure that we stand up tall as one person to eradicate polio. Big shout out UNICEF.
All right, for Mawndoe too.
Monday, so what's gonna be your last word? Speak in English, sir.
The beauty of this French is bordering on oppression.
Il dit quoi?
Il dit que ce sera quoi ton dernier mot?
Juste merci et puis merci aussi à toute l'équipe de l'UNICEF qui s'occupe bien de nous. On se sent bien et merci pour l'hospitalité et puis surtout merci pour Cobham qui a fait un travail professionnel. Franchement, moi je l'ai découvert, c'est un maestro. Si après vous pouvez lui dire que je serais très content de l'accueillir au Tchad, parce que des talents comme ça il faut le partager dans toute l'Afrique, quoi. Il faut pas le garder juste pour le Nigeria. Voilà. Donc si tu peux lui traduire ça.
Okay. It's basically thanks and honored being here, and he's also given a special shout out to the one and only Maestro Cobham Sezuko, and he says that he can't wait to receive him in Chad as well, so that his energy can be shared amongst those people, the people out there. So it's thanks and all praises to Allah. So big shout out to the UNICEF team as well, taking good care of us and making sure that we can be able to express ourselves. So so that's it for Mawndoe, and it's merci. You could know. I don't need to translate merci.
All right, let me take the final shots from Cobham's.
So first of all, shout out to our UNICEF people. We are a team. We've mentioned that a lot. Shout outs to Anike, to Safia, to Rajat, to Zara, to Eric, to all the
Ines.
wonderful people who have just Ines, all the wonderful people who have just Eduardo, just all the wonderful people who have made this, driven this, and just kept it well oiled and just kept us moving. But also to everyone listening, I personally want to say, look, you guys are at the heart of this for me. I love to share my music with you, but what I think I love to share even more at this point is the message of helping our children. We have a responsibility, guys. Can we do this together? Can we go out there and spread the word so that children can get their vaccination, get their immunization at the right time? And can we really clear out zero dose? Let's clear out zero dose in Africa. Let's make sure that children get immunized and that they get protected. And we can do this beyond the song, beyond all of that, beyond the song. It's what we do, collectively as a people. So thank you as you do the right thing to everyone listening, for the sake of our children, so that we can live in a super safe environment.
I must thank you guys for being part of this program today. Cobham Sasukwo, Waje, Stanley, and Mawndoe
Thank
from
you.
Chad. It's a really wonderful having you guys in the studio. The energy is just so high, and thank you very much.